Hey, Dominoes. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and being here and coming onto the channel, The Domino Effect. The Domino Effect, our channel, is on YouTube. But guess what? We are just adding on a Patreon. So I just heard about Patreon. I don't know if you guys know about Patreon, but I just heard about it. So if you can hop over to the Patreon community, I'm going to be utilizing that a lot more because I can just do it from the phone. I can actually talk with you guys a lot more one-on-one, and it's going to help build the community up a lot faster. And not only that, we can interact a lot easier on the Patreon community. It's just like an app. You can just go on and leave comments. So everybody that's in here, I'm going to send the link for our Patreon. And it's a work in progress, y'all. Okay, it's a work in progress. So bear with me, but keep in mind. But how is everybody today? Today is Tuesday. And I just want to do a quick check-in with everybody here. You are all here because you are entrepreneurs who are seeking business funding, okay? Or you're here because you're looking to build business credit, all right? And you have been looking for a way of how to do that, and you've hit some challenges or some roadblocks, or maybe you know some people who are going through the same situation and they're hitting challenges and roadblocks. So this is what this community is all about, is educating and informing on the resources that are available to you, making yourself attractive to lenders, okay? My core mission here is helping small businesses secure 1 billion in funding, okay? We help founders who are at day zero with raising capital and getting funded, all right? Now, what does that look like for you? Well, if you're using your personal finances, if you're dipping into your personal, if you're using your cash flow, if it's affecting your personal utilization, right? If you're using your personal credit cards to do things like pay your payroll or do inventory, then you are hurting your utilization. So, you guys, thanks for being here, but we won't be here without your support. So this is going up on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe so that we can continue to grow and continue to provide all of the resources for you, okay? So today is about talking about the essential steps to getting funded for your business. And we're all about the foundation and leveraging yourself. But did you guys know that over 90% of businesses that start are failing within the first 5 years? Within the first 5 years of business, okay? And the reason that they say that the reason for failure, one of the number one reasons is lack of capital. Okay, lack of capital to grow, to sustain, to expand, or even lack of knowledge of who to ask, what rooms to step into, the difference between good debt and bad debt, right? Many of the businesses that failed were actually producing good revenue. Can you believe that? A lot of businesses that failed had good revenue, but the revenue is not necessarily enough to keep the business running and help it grow and leave the business owner enough to where you can draw salary and things like that, right? So if you've ever tried to secure money at your bank, okay, which I'm sure if you're in this room you have, then you know how hard it can be for you to get an approval. Like you just know it. So if when I speak to most business owners, a very small percentage have actually gotten bank funded through their bank. We know a lot who have, and we work with a lot of bankers simultaneously. Actually, we do believe in the power of collaboration, but we are an extended resource for those who can't get funded, right? If you've been to the bank, and here's the thing, guys: 80 to 90% of you cannot. So 80 to 90% of entrepreneurs cannot get funded through their bank, unfortunately. So while you'll find the percentages of business owners who can, if you've got good credit, right? Have you got great personal credit? You're probably in that percentage, right? Now, most traditional banks are doing things like SBA financing. That means you're going to be looking at putting up some type of personal guarantee for that, okay? Now, the banks work with the SBA. It's essentially up to that bank, right, of how they're going to work within those parameters and what they will decide ultimately if they will be lending to you, the client, right? But they want to see certain things as well, right? They want to know that you've been in business for a certain number of years. They want to see tax returns for at least 2 to 3 years. They want to look at your business you want to look at your business financials, your personal financials. They want to look at your assets. Do you have a business plan? They want to look at your bank statements and much, much more. So a lot of businesses that maybe you're one of these businesses that can't supply all of these documents, right? Or maybe there's an issue with turning in one or more of the documents, right? If you have an issue with turning in one of these documents, or maybe you're not at that level yet, then this may cause you to get denied, right? And once you've been turned down at the main bank, studies have shown that people who get turned down and are first rejected, they barely go look anywhere else, right? That fear of rejection. It's not that they're lazy. It's not that, okay? I don't want you guys thinking that it's because they're lazy, because it's not that. They literally just don't know where to look for funding outside of the bank. Literally just don't know where to look for funding outside of the bank. But you guys, that is why Domino Effects with this platform is here to exist. That is why I'm here. I'm coaching you and I'm giving you all of this free information, because you don't have to be one of that 95%. You don't got to be one of those businesses that ends in financial ruin. Let me tell you, when I first started, I had horrible shitty credit, okay? And not only that, my mindset was just way off, okay? Way off. One of these days we'll get into it. But you don't have to let that be the end all be all. And if you follow me, you know I say that quite a bit. But there are steps that you can take, right? Foundational steps, fundability steps, steps that you can take to make yourself credible, that ensure your approval, okay? And bonus, I give you the tips here on this channel, okay? Now, reason I give you this stuff for free is because you can do it free by yourself at home. You can do this yourself at home. You can do it at whatever pace you're moving at. Now, if you need to go a little bit faster, then all you got to do is just invest in a coaching session with me, invest with one of our advisors, come into one of our programs, and we can speed up the process at much, much, much quicker, okay? So, but don't let that be the end of your story, okay? Because there are tips that you guys can do to elevate, make yourself attractive, be a success story, not an epic failure, okay? You are not an epic failure, all right? Don't get that out of your head. So I'm going to give you some tips today on how you're going to improve your foundational steps. So number one, tip one, ensure that you have a credible foundation, okay? I say this all the time. Power is in the preparation. Ensure you have a credible foundation, because one of the most important things in the ways that you're going to make absolutely certain that you can get money for your business is that you set it up the right way. Set up your foundation. Guys, I talk to businesses who are like, I'm out here, I'm operating, but I'm not registered yet. You're not a business. You're not, especially not in the eyes of a lender. Okay, or an investor for that matter. All right, if you're not on paper, you're not credible. It's like you don't even exist. Okay, so there is a secret, right? There's a secret set of steps and requirements that all of the lenders have. And sometimes, if you've ever been to the bank, you notice how if you ask them why you've been denied, sometimes they won't tell you. It's because it's not that sometimes they don't want to, maybe some of them don't, but it's also they have their own, this is their job too, right? So you got to think about it like that. They are a bank. If they gave you all of the reasons that you wouldn't get approved, that you're not getting approved, is that fraud? You know what I'm saying? So you have to think about it like they have a certain set of requirements that they have to abide by. They have to. And that's essentially why sometimes they're more strict. But they use those requirements to determine your approval, guys. And they don't want you to know about some of these requirements, but I'm telling you that they exist. And we have been so fortunate that we have partnered with the best. And I'm telling you that our partners have had banking relationships with some of the biggest banks for 20 years, and they refer clients to us. Our partner worked as one of the head at one of the biggest banks in the U.S. as their business loan writer. Right, she produced the most approved business loan approvals in the nation. Okay, so we've got the secret sauce over here, guys, that we're sharing with you. And we're letting you know from the inside what the lenders are looking for. So just so that you make sure that you're meeting it, you're filling in whatever holes that you're at, identifying where you're at right now, filling these holes in. That way you're positioning yourself in a better place. But first, you need to make sure you're credible. What does that mean? That means make sure that you have an EIN. You need an EIN. You need your business name. Okay, you need it on everything. All right, make sure everything matches. Okay, that doesn't mean have your home address. right, on one location and then have your business address on another. No, everything has to be matching because I'm telling you guys, they check. Okay, they check on the back end. So make sure you have everything matching, proper city, proper state, EIN, DUNS, phone number, all of that. You will need a website, you guys, get a professional email. I'm not talking about a Gmail. I'm not talking about a Yahoo. Get an at city lights, .com, get in at moscatering.com, get in at gnbsolutions.com, admin at gnb solutions, support at so-and-so's catering. Make sure that you're setting yourself up foundationally, right? So without that, they're going to look you up. Okay, they're going to look you up. You're asking for a lot of money, right? So they want to make sure that you're credible and that you exist. So you're not going to get approvals with emails like, hotgirl77 at gmail.com, right? Or tiredmom66 at yahoo.com, right? Like that is cute, but it's not going to work, right? So you need a professional email address and a website. If you guys need links to those, bonus here, I'll throw in a bonus here. You can get business trade lines through that will help you set up. All right, you can start accessing business credit to build your business website. Okay, like I'll throw in some vendors in here that can help you and in getting you with a trade line. So keep in mind your business also needs to have a toll-free number. You guys now do not keep with your cell phone. Okay, these don't keep it for yourself, but don't have that as your business listing. You need to get a legitimate 411 listing. Yes, banks and lenders are still looking at the 411 listing, if you can believe that. But your main office phone number must be an approved 411 listed number. So, and they're going to check. Okay, so they're going to check on it, and you need a real physical location. So if you are operating out of your home, let's say you've already got your business address attached to your home. Ultimately, the decision is up to you, but what I can tell you is you have a better chance of getting approved if you are not registered and if your business is not registered to your home. Also, keep in mind, this is public record. Do you want your home on your public record, out there like that? Even though I know your home is probably public record as well, but still, lenders want to see a physical address and not attached to your home. Okay, so get a virtual address if you don't have that. I highly recommend that you get the virtual address that has a phone number. It's a 411 attached to it. So get it. With certain locations like Regis, you can also go in and work in the location, which is great for my moms. If you're working from home and you got the kids at home, step outside and go to the office, right? So make sure that you know that it doesn't have to be a big physical office. Okay, you guys, don't go out there and sign a lease for some random office because you think you need it to get funded. No, go get, a virtual office for now. And then as you grow, and if you step into a physical brick and mortar, then you can expand. All right, step 4, knowing what the lenders want. Okay, did I say step 5 before? Step 5 was being credible. Step 4 is knowing what the lenders want. It is so much easier for you guys to get approved for business funding if you know what they're looking for when you apply, which is exactly why you're here, which is exactly why you follow this channel, because we give you all of the sauce, all the bonuses, so that, like I said, you can do it on your own, or you can choose to invest in a one-on-one session with us. But you guys, wouldn't it be nice if every time you went in to get an approval or you asked for funding, it would be nice if they didn't right away say no, right? I mean, would you be opposed to getting funding for your business right away? I would say yes, right? I mean, there's 1,000 different things you can think of to use it for. I know for myself, I need funding for things like a camera, for marketing, for all kinds of stuff, right? And marketing especially, right? So just be certain, knowing that the lenders are looking for gives you a greater chance of approval. So they're looking at, really 5 essential points to determine that. And these are, you probably heard of it, the 5 C's of lending. And some of them can approve you for funding if you have only one of them, but most want to see if you have all 5. So the first C is cash flow. And they want to lend to a business that already has proven that it can succeed. So basically, if you can show that you have money coming in, it's cash flow, right? If you do, then you've got one of the main components that they want to see, then that could qualify you for things like revenue-based lending. In revenue-based lending, really simple. All you have to do is submit things like your business bank statements. This can be 3 to 6 months of business bank statements. I like to ask for 6 months, but lenders will ask for, some will ask for 3 to 6 months, depending on the amount that you're looking for. If you're looking for 150,000 and under, then you only need to turn in about 3 months of business bank statements. The second C is collateral. Okay, lenders want to see that your business has collateral equal or more than the amount that you want to borrow. Now, your business can have many different types of collateral, guys. A lot of people don't know that you can use your B2Bs as collateral. All right, now you think about places like Walmart, they utilize business credit, lines of credit, right? They're buying from manufacturers and they're invoicing, and then they're paying at a later date. So collateral could be things like equipment, B2Bs, your credit card sales, accounts receivable, it's purchase orders, it's commercial real estate, things like that. Now, for us, I want to make it very clear, we're not asking people to put up your home, in our business financing program. But the SBA, they're depending on what type of bank program that you go with. But the third C that lenders are looking for is good personal credit. Okay, so they're looking at, and we have certain programs where you guys, are there programs out there for bad credit? Yes, there are. There's multiple programs out there for bad credit, but you want to be in the mindset of building your credit, right? You don't want to be in the mindset of how long can I get away with having that bad credit? Because coming from somebody who used to think that way, I can tell you all you're doing is delaying the inevitable, which the inevitable is you won't get funded if you just keep doing that. You have to change your strategy. You have to change your mindset and your perspective. So even though you might not have good credit, we can help you with getting funded right now by building your business credit. You can do that, but you still want to be in the mindset of continuing to work on your personal credit. I'm not a personal credit coach, but we work with lots of other personal credit professionals who do really well. Credit restoration, okay, restoration, not necessarily repair, okay. So keep in mind though, with your personal credit, you can get things like equipment financing with bad credit. You can get, but when you're talking about like big money, you want to have good credit, all right? So just keep that in mind. Not only that, it opens up better terms, it opens up better rates, and lenders are going to look at, if you're just starting as a startup, they are going to look at your personal credit. That's a fact, okay? I know it's an uncomfortable fact for some of us that have some things that maybe we're working through, but hey, I say hit the nail, hit it right on the head, face it right on, and then move on from there, because you want to make sure that you're tackling those issues, right? With credit especially, because as a startup, they're going to be looking at, we want to see your characteristics, your profile. What do you like? Are you paying your bills? Can you handle it? Are you over leveraged? They want to see those kind of things. And if you have credit issues, or if they're reviewing it, they might, not to say they won't lend to your business if you have had credit issues, but if you're in things like collections, or you're not paying your child support, or you've got tax liens, judgments, things like that, it might make it difficult. But one cool thing about us is we do a lot of complex specialized financing. So if you're in a unique situation, I highly encourage you to reach out. But the 4C they're going to look at is business credit, and they're going to check the information that the business credit reporting agencies have on you. That's what we're talking about with foundation. So they want to see good business credit profiles. They want to see that that you are making your payments on time. They want to see how many trade lines that you have, because the trade lines are showing your payment history, right? They might have information on you that you don't even know about, okay? So you need to review with business credit reporting agencies. Those are totally different from your consumer credit. Business credit agencies are Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. And this way, you know exactly what the lenders will see. I have a program that we utilize called Bureau Insights. It literally shows us exactly what the business credit reports see. So the fifth C that you can have is a cosigner. It's a personal guarantor. We have clients that have done this as well. One of our clients actually just did this today, brought on a personal guarantor for our business credit program. If your business credit and your personal credit is not strong enough, then some lenders will want you to have a cosigner. And this person might be liable for the debt. And it's somebody that supports you, and they will be personally guaranteeing it. So if the loan defaults, then the personal guarantor will be liable and will be pursued for that debt. And a good personal guarantor goes a long way and helping make up for that lack of business credit or that challenged personal credit. So some lenders may only want to see five of, some of these five C's, and some of them may want to see, all of them. So if the more the more you know. All right, now step 3, establishing a good bank rating, right? Now, a lot of people don't know that their business has its own bank credit, and the credit is how the bank rates your business. So when you're applying for credit and loans, this rating is going to determine how much your business is going to get. So if you get approved for financing, then your business needs a bank rating of low 5 or better. So this rating is the average minimum balance that's kept in your business bank account over a 3-month period. So a $10,000 balance rates a low 5, $5,000 balance rates as a mid 4, 999 rates as a high 3, and so on. You get it, right? But the main goal should be to maintain a minimum bank rating, right, of 10,000 for at least 3 months. What does that mean? Have at least 10,000 in your bank account. I know that's easier said than done, guys. I know. All right. In deposits, right? Make sure you're showing that. Make sure that you're not having non-sufficient funds charges on your bank on your statements. Okay. Try to keep your average daily account balance as high as you can over this 3-month period, right? Because we're going to use. Think about it, right? If they're going to use, the lenders are going to use your 3 months bank statements. Prepare yourself, right? 3 months ahead, 3 months prior. Make sure that whatever you're going to produce is going to be strong. Keep that average balance of 10,000 or higher. That's crucial to securing your highest bank rating, okay? So keep as much money in your account as you can. I know it's easier said than done, but that is why we're talking about programs like business credit, where you're not having to dip into your cash flow and stuff. So it's important that your business shows positive cash flow. Positive free cash flow is the amount of revenue that's left over after your company's paid all of its expenses. Okay, so when it shows positive cash flow, that means that your business is generating more revenue than it takes to run the company. That means you're doing pretty good. All right, so recognize banks are motivated to lend to you if you have consistent deposits. So if you can show that, then they love it. Okay, so bank rating, bank deposits, and your a seasoned account looks nice, right? And what are we on? 5, 4, 3, 2. Step 2. Okay, build your business credit to secure more money. All right, lenders are going to review your credit to determine approval. Right? If you have a strong business credit profile, you're in a much better position. You're in a much better chance of getting an overall approval. Okay, if you have little to no business credit, you might not get approval at all, because actually you get a failing score. They give you a failing score and you haven't even done anything, right? What's that? So take steps to focus on building a business credit profile and then score for your business. Okay, this is going to help you. It's going to help you get approved for more. It's going to help you get even more money, right? That big money. Okay. Plus, you can easily build this business credit profile as a consumer for your business. And once you build up a solid business credit profile and a score, which should only take you, 6 months to a year, depending on how fast you go, right? It's not going to take you 3, 4, 5 years, okay, like you used to. But once you build this up and you can qualify for $100,000 or more in credit with no liability, I mean, wouldn't that be something that would benefit you? Would you really be opposed to $100,000 in funding for your company, right? So, guys, I need you to get started. I want you to start executing. So here's your bonus. You're going to go to Equifax, you're going to go to Experian, and you're going to go to Dun & Bradstreet. You're going to get copies of your business credit report. And then you're going to find 5 vendors that are going to give you credit, and you're going to and they report it to the business credit agencies. Do not just go on and sign up for any of vendors, okay? You need to pick up the phone and call and make sure that they're reporting. I can tell you from personal experience, some people will say they're reporting and they don't. Okay, unfortunately. So you still got to pick up the phone, be proactive. But once you're using the accounts, once you have them open, make sure you're paying them, because payment history is all about building business credit is all about having strong payment history. So get started on it today, you guys. Get started because you can be well on your way to getting over $100,000 in credit and funding in 2024. All right. So the number one step, okay, this is the number one, is get money based on your business strength. Okay. When you're going to apply at a traditional bank or a conventional lender, they want to review everything, right? They want to look at your profit and loss. They want to look at your balance sheets, your tax returns, your personal finance statement, your business statements, and so on. So it may seem sometimes like it's hard to get approved under like that harsh telescope, right? Under so much scrutiny. But what most business owners don't know is that you can get money based off of your for your business just based off of your strengths. Okay. And this is all without having to put those items under review. And every single business, every single company has its own strengths and its own weaknesses. And when you have lenders that want this extensive documentation, sometimes they can find, the company's weakness, right? Once they find it, they can use it as an excuse to deny the application and not really let you even explain what the situation was. That's not what we do here, right? That's not what we do for our clients. We want the lender to see the strength of your company and your vision, because then that's really where you'll have the best chance of getting approval. And ultimately, that's what you want, right? And so, some businesses have collateral as their strength. That might be purchase orders, accounts receivables, credit card sales. They might have equipment, they might have inventory, commercial real estate. They could have cash flow, okay, or other business assets. Some business owners have, other securities that they can use to strengthen as strength to secure funding. But, be creative when it comes to collateral because you actually may have more strengths than you think. Okay. All right, you guys. So that's it for today. These are the steps that I have. 5 essential steps to obtain to secure funding. Okay. Just to recap, obtaining financing, we'll go backwards, right? Obtaining the funding based on your strength. That was step 1. Step 2 is building your business creditability, right? You're building your business credit to secure more money, right? And then number 3, we have is establishing a good bank rating. All right, you guys. And then number 4, we have that as knowing what the lenders want. And then step 5, we also went over, and that one was ensuring that your business has a credible foundation. So you guys, I gave you all the information here. You can follow along at your own pace, but also invest in a one-on-one. Invest in a one-on-one. If you have some more in-depth questions, join our Patreon. But this is what's for you. This is for my entrepreneurs. Keep believing. Don't give up. Don't stall. Don't wait. Because if you wait, you're just stalling. So this is the time to take action. You're in a community that's holding you accountable, so you're not out there alone. And if you like this information, then share it. Don't hoard this information. Make sure that your fellow community has access to it as well. And you can make money as well. Anybody that you refer over that gets funded, we show our thanks by providing a referral commission for you as well. All right, Dominoes, enjoy your day. I love you, and I'll see you next time.